Have you ever felt invisible? Are there times in life where you just don't feel seen? I'll say this, I've been on both ends of the spectrum. There are times where maybe I don't feel seen, and there are other times, I'll be honest, I think I have tunnel vision. But if I'm at an event or if I'm doing something, I'm literally like a man on a mission. I'm physically walking somewhere and I'm processing in my head, what do I have to do? I'm going through the steps of what it needs, what it takes to get done. And I've been called out a few times where somebody may say, hey, I saw you, or you're just gonna walk by me. And I was like, I'm sorry. I was really in my head. I was really thinking about something. There's something that I gotta take care of, and I'm moving in that direction. And that's how it is sometimes in life. It's not always black and white, or I'll say black versus white. Remember, I'm a teacher, not a speaker. Now, as humans, the reason we can actually see is because of something known as visible light or white light. Where does it come from? And naturally, it's produced by the sun, and it's artificially produced, in light bulbs, okay? Now, I will say this, visible light or white light that comes from the sun, there's actually 7 different types of light, but obviously white light is known as visible light because that's the only light that we as humans are able to see. Now, white light is made up of all the colors of the rainbow, but when it comes together, it's white. So the reason I see this paper that appears white is the white light hits it, it reflects off of it, and it goes back into my eyes. So white light reflects off, it appears white to me. However, every single color on the spectrum has a different wavelength. You could think of it almost as if each color has its own fingerprint or each groove on the key, right? So this appears green, my little Panera cup, this part appears green because when the white light hits it, the green light wave reflects off of it, and all the other colors get absorbed into it. But now if I have this house phone, right, the reason it appears black is because it absorbs all the light. Okay, so it's almost like the absence of light. The light is not seen. And that's how we feel sometimes. And just like an object that has a black surface, think about yourself wearing a black clothes in the summertime, you're gonna feel extra hot because it absorbs all that light. The light is not visible, but it also absorbs that thermal energy, which gets you all heated up. So if I see the color black, that's actually, the absence of light, or the light is actually being absorbed in. We as humans, sometimes we don't feel seen, or we don't feel visible, and we're just absorbing everything in. It's like, it's almost like we don't even release anything. All right, now, there are times where we feel invisible. There are times, not that we have to get pats on the back or get constant validation, but there are some times in whatever group, organization, your friends, whatever with the squad, you may feel invisible. And I'm gonna simply say, stop being invisible, okay? We don't have to be on the stage in the limelight, but however, stop being invisible. So I'm saying stop for a reason. Remember, I'm a teacher, not a speaker. So when we look at the word stop, the S is for self. So what you need to do regarding yourself, stop ignoring your feelings. So the S is to stop ignoring your feelings, and take the time to really embrace it. Understand how you're processing, what you're thinking about. The T is for testify. I know it sounds like I'm in church, but when I say testify in context, it means to serve as evidence or proof of something's existence. So when I say testify, you're being your own advocate. So you got to start advocating for yourself. All right, so you stop ignoring your feelings. That's the S. The T is to testify, start advocating for yourself. The O is for one way. Stop accepting one-way relationships, and I'm not just talking about boyfriend and girlfriend or whatever, but whatever relationship that you have, stop Don't allow it to be one way. Don't allow it to be constantly just you giving and so forth, or honestly, you just receiving, because that's the same thing. And lastly, the P is for pleasing. And I'm guilty of this sometimes. Stop being a people pleaser. Sometimes we focus more on doing things for people and how much, maybe we like them and we want to impress them, but you got to remember that you love yourself even more. So for those of you who feel invisible at times, I want you to stop. I want you to stop feeling invisible. And when I mean stop, real quick, that means the S is for self, the T is for testify, the O is for one way, and the P is for pleasing. Remember, I'm a teacher, not a speaker. Let's have an amazing day.